and welcome to Sisters with a Story to Tell. I'm Bridget, your host, and I'm here with Miss Diamond Petty. Thank you for being here with us today.
You're
I'm so
welcome.
excited.
I'm excited too.
She is a colleague and she's also a friend. And I really wanted to get some insight on how you're feeling and, where are you in life, and just get a little bit of insight and maybe inspire and uplift other women that may be in your same situation. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Well, hello. My name is Diamond Petty. I'm 25 years old, and as she said, I am a friend and colleague, and I'm so happy to be here today.
Yay.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited.
Good. So we're going to loosen up and let the juices flow here, and just kind of let me know how you're thinking about certain topics that I throw out at you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to jump right in there and start with marriage and kids. What are your thoughts on those at this point in your life?
Well, honestly, I kind of feel like some days yes and some days no when it comes to the kids. I think because I look at my nieces and my nephews and see them being so bad, it makes me not want any. But however, one day I do wish to get married. I want to get married first and then have kids. I know, things are different now. People are having kids first and then probably never getting married, or
True.
they're getting married afterwards.
True.
And I would like to get married and have kids. So that's
Okay.
definitely something I want in my future.
So what about love? Are you a hopeless romantic?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, good.
I do definitely see a shift in my generation, though. They make, being in love seem kind of corny. But I definitely think it's still some people out there who will, still treat you the right way and value you and,
For sure.
so.
Wow, that's so interesting. So have you had your heart broken before?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I did. I very much did.
Oh, so it didn't make you bitter? Maybe a little bit at first?
I would say in the beginning, yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it did. Did you want me to elaborate on what
Oh, it's
happened?
only up to you.
Well, my ex, he did some foul things. I'm gonna just sum it up like that without going into too much detail because I don't want to, damage him.
Right.
And bash him. But however, I will say in the beginning, I was very bitter, and I wouldn't say I was on a rampage of hating guys, but I definitely just felt like at one point that all men do that because he had cheated. And I kind of felt like in the beginning, this is what the people in my generation are all about now. This is what they do. But once I started coming out of it, as time went on, I eventually got some reasoning within myself and was like, everybody isn't like that. It's just certain people.
Right.
So.
Ooh, that's good. Good stuff. Okay, so what about, have you had or gone through maybe having some insecurities in your life about anything, and any obstacles you may have had to overcome, in growing up or just navigating through life,
Definitely. Like I mentioned, I'm 25 years old, but especially when I was in college, I would say some of the obstacles I faced was financial issues. I worked at Wendy's majority of the time, so all my people who are in college and you working a job, tough it out.
Yeah.
You get your degree.
Yeah.
You're gonna get you something way better. I did.
Yeah.
And I would say also another obstacle would have been my ex, the breakup.
Yeah.
I feel like those type of things are also distractions, and I guess because I'm still in my 20s and social media is so heavy right now.
Yes.
It's just easy to get distracted.
Yes.
Some days I feel like I'm doing enough, and then some days I feel like I'm not. So it's obstacles everywhere.
Yes,
right
for
now.
Sure, for sure.
So.
But you seem to have a level head, and you seem like you have a little grasp on what they are and how to navigate around them. And I think that's really, really good for someone your age. So I have to commend you for that.
Oh, well, thank you.
So how do you feel? Do you feel like you're being seen and heard as a woman? Because we're like in a male-dominated field right now. And of course, you know, just to not pick at you, but you are kind of short.
So I'm already getting overlooked?
Yeah, like, so you feel like you're like overlooked or kind of maybe passed by or overlooked, you know, not seen and heard a lot of times. And how do you deal with it? Does that doesn't make you upset or anything, or do you?
It actually does. And like you mentioned, we're in a male-dominated field. I feel like the position we are in, we can kind of voice, you know, how we feel, but even when we voice it, sometimes it still may just go into the air and just be unnoticed.
Right, that's true.
So I feel like me just going back to school and just trying to get my master's, that's just another, you know, step for me to possibly just make a change in the future.
Yeah.
That's kind of some of my end goal. I really want to make a difference within the field that we're working in. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but that's just something I really want to do, because I do feel like women are very unheard, not just within our department, but I feel like throughout, you know,
the
entire field.
For sure.
I feel like that's something that needs to be changed.
What about personally? Do you feel unheard, unseen?
Yeah,
personally?
at times. So for all the people who are the middle child, I have an older brother, and then I have a younger sister, and I have always been the one that was always neutral. Not saying that my parents didn't love me, but they just show a little bit more attention to my brother and my sister.
Yeah.
But
is it like that now though? Is it better, or you just deal with it better?
I deal with it better.
Okay.
Because it's still kind of the same way. But don't get me wrong, they are very proud of me. But those are sometimes I won't, you know, go into much detail, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing my parents.
Oh, well, of course.
But they, however, there was some times that I did feel unheard and overlooked, and it just didn't feel well. But I think as I'm growing older, I'm starting to, you know, just find ways to navigate through it and not take so much of, how would you say, not feel hit. Because I used to take it to heart.
Yeah.
I'd be like, why is he getting special treatment, or she getting special treatment because she the baby, and then here I am, the middle child, I'm just in the middle, and I'm doing as what was expected of me.
Wow.
They expected me to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
So went to college and I got my degree.
Yeah.
It was just expected of me to do that. But when it came to like my brother, who is the older sibling, that kind of was not, you know,
expected from him.
Even though I know that he was very much capable of doing it. I'm not saying, you know, nothing bad about my brother, but however, it just wasn't, that wasn't the case with him.
Right.
So.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Thanks for sharing that. So you kind of mentioned about the goals you had as far as professional wise. So do you have any personal goals that you set for yourself?
I do. So I do eventually want to own my own business, and currently I do day trade. Some of what I want my business to be about is teaching other people about day trading and also financial literacy. I feel like that's something that a lot of us, you know, we lack in knowing.
That's true. True.
And I kind of feel like I wouldn't blame a lot of people, because you just don't know.
Right.
But
you don't know.
If your parents don't know either, then how are you gonna know?
Right.
So that's something that I would hope that my business in the future will be able to teach people. And I also want to have a couple of other businesses, restaurants and everything, something to just.
Really?
Yes, I do. Because working at Wendy's was very depressing. I only made like $7.25, but however, it was a very lucrative business. It's something that you can pass down to your children, they can pass down to their children. So I would hope to one day be able to own either my own restaurant, or I would own another
chain restaurant.
Yeah, another chain. I would and run it and then pass that down throughout the generations that I would have. So
awesome. That's great. Okay, so what about, did you have any role models growing up, or is this kind of like innate, just came within you and yourself, or did you have someone that you kind of modeled yourself after, or you just kind of, maybe it may not be anybody personally, or maybe just somebody that, you know, a star or somebody that, you know, is well known that you kind of like wanted to emulate or anything, or was it just something inside of you?
I would say I had a couple of role models that really motivated me. One would actually be my mother. She may not feel like it. She don't feel like it because I know it's a lot of other things that she wants to do with her life.
Yeah.
But I admire her because she is a hard worker, and she made whatever, you know, money, even though it wouldn't even be her a big check, she would make it stretch like it was. So I admire that so much about her. She is a very kind woman. She's my best friend, honestly. Other people were some of my teachers who were in high school. They spoke very highly of me, just like my mom. They seen something in, shout out to Miss Jean, if you see this video. She actually gave me like 2 plaques when I was a senior getting ready to graduate, and it was just awarding me for being just a stellar student. And she spoke very highly of me, and she told me that you were going to be something one day, and nobody really had ever really said that to me besides my mother. So I don't know where Miss Jean is, wherever you at. I think she went back to New York, I don't know, but she was extremely nice, and I like the way that she worked. She helped me out with my financial aid, and she actually helped students when it came down to going to college. I feel like that was something that was lacking in my school system. So I just admired the way that she helped people. So awesome. That's another reason probably why I want to own my own business and teach people how to do their you know, financial situations. So wow. But yeah, and of course some of my aunties that were also hardworking as well. And I don't know about any celebrities. Everybody's so fake. I'm just playing.
True.
I'm just
playing. True. Just saying.
But it is a few people, you know, they doing their thing, but I can't think of any right now.
Yeah. Okay, so what kind of music do you like?
Ooh, a mixture. I like, you probably won't believe it, I like a little bit of country, but only because my grandmother forced me to listen to it. And then R&B, rap. I like pop, and I actually like a little bit of rock. That's something that some people don't know, and I try not to tell a lot of people that, because then they start looking at me like I'm crazy. But I do. I like a mixture of different things. So.
That's great. Okay, so do you have any kind of words of encouragement you want to give to someone that may be in your situation, that maybe had similar obstacles, and you may want to share some of your wisdom with them?
Sure, yes. So whether you're still in college or you are out of college and have graduated, just keep your goal in mind. Don't, you know, fall victim to the distractions that are around you. Keep pushing. I think that's one of the biggest things that you need to just keep in mind. I struggled a lot after I graduated, which was extremely weird for me. I thought that was kind of like the end goal, and I made it to the end of the rainbow, but actually when I graduated, that was when the real work actually came in. So just continue to stay motivated, get on LinkedIn. Make sure before you graduate, though, go to your career fairs, see what they are offering, because that's how I ended up getting in the situation that I'm currently in. So use all of your resources and just continue to keep pushing. Don't let anything stop you, any negative thing that's getting in your way. Just give it time. It'll eventually all be moved out of the way. You'll get through it, and you're going to be great.
Oh, yes, for sure.
I don't know. Should I give advice for that? Anything else? I don't know.
Hey, this is your show, honey. Whatever you want to share, I welcome.
Let's see. because I kind of want to just tap into a little bit of relationship advice as well.
Okay.
Because, you know, generations, I just look back at, I would watch even old love stories,
Mm-hmm.
and it just seems so different. Love back then, just, I don't know why, like, would you agree with that? I think it's
For
just,
sure, because it seems as if because of the generation change in things, it's like they don't value like old school values, or you know, don't go the extra mile to make you feel loved and wanted. It's kind of like a microwave type situation.
Yes.
Pop it in and you get it. It's like instant, and then you don't put the time and effort in it to, you know, make it special, or you know, and they just, I don't know. I just feel like it's generational for some reason. I just feel like that. But even some other guys back in the days weren't that way as well. But for now, for sure, even the music is different because it's all about pop, 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 get, pop. Whereas before they were actually singing love songs, and that's why, you know, I'm a music head and I love older music. I love older R&B and even some of the blues, because it's almost like poetry.
Yeah.
They were talking to you and poetic like. And then you think like, oh my gosh, it's so sweet, you know? And you think, are you really thinking that way? Are you really saying that? Are you just trying to get in my face? But now it's like, they don't say much. What's up?
And what's crazy, most of the music I listen to now on my own playlist on Spotify is old music.
Okay.
Early 2000s R&B. Like,
yeah.
I've cleaned up a lot of stuff in my playlist. I listen to more gospel now.
Okay.
And I know that probably make me sound old at 25.
No.
Because I know most
that
of the
means
people.
you know the Lord. Hey,
Yeah.
He's definitely important in your life. For sure.
Yes.
So.
Just a little bit on the relationship. I did just want to say, if you're going through a breakup, even if that person did you wrong, just continue to just move forward with your life. Cut all communication with that person. Okay, you got any text messages, pictures, you follow them on social media, delete it all. Get rid of every bit of it. I don't know why I feel like I had to tell somebody that. I just need
If
to.
it's on your heart, honey, tell it.
I need to tell somebody that, especially if you're around my age, in your 20s or even in your teens, even if you older than me, because some people, they don't know that either. Like, they just keep going back to something toxic. But I think that's a really good bit of advice. Don't waste your time on somebody who's not treating you right.
Right.
Because there's still somebody out there who is going to be for you. They're going to love you how you should be loved.
Yes.
And just value yourself.
For sure.
I think that's pretty much it. I just needed
Need to get it off your chest.
I needed to get that off my chest.
I get that. So, and I guess that rounds things up for us. So, like I said, I'm so glad that you came and that awesome. You did awesome.
Thank you.
So
I was
much
so
for
nervous.
participating. You could not tell it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you next time.